Bonjour, dans une vidéo précédente, je t'ai expliqué comment faire un exposé sur la notion mythe et héros. Et maintenant, on va procéder de manière un petit peu différente, donner simplement 3 introductions, tu pourras toi-même construire ton exposé, et ce sera sur la base des 3 autres notions qu'on n'a pas vues, la première étant espace et échange, la seconde lieu et forme du pouvoir, et enfin la troisième, l'idée de progrès. The notion I'm going to speak about is spaces and exchanges. First of all, I'm going to define this notion. An exchange is an act of giving and receiving. You can exchange and give ideas, goods and services, or you could also exchange people. For example, immigration. So in relation to the notion spaces and exchanges, my presentation will deal with this question: is the United States a country of immigrants or settlers? First of all, I would like to explain the difference between immigrant and settler. Then I would like to show that the United States began as a country of settlers. And finally, I would like to show that these former settlers today in the United States consider sometimes that there are too many immigrants in their country. The notion I'm going to speak about is the notion of places in forms of power. First of all, I would like to define this notion. Power is the ability to influence people. Of course, a society needs laws and rules so people can live together. This is going to create social harmony, social cohesion. But sometimes people can disagree and you will find social tension. So this is what we are going to talk about: social cohesion and social tensions. So in relation to the notion places and forms of power, my presentation is going to deal with this question: have minorities in the United States become too powerful? First of all, I will talk about the European immigrants. They are still a majority in the United States. Then I will talk about the browning of America, non-whites becoming a majority in a few years. And finally, we'll have to take a look at the Mexican immigration, which is threatening the linguistic unity of the United States, some speaking Spanish, others speaking English. The idea of progress is a very important notion in the Western world. Many people understand what this word means because in our everyday life, we know that progress is very important. Progress could be change, but it's always change for a better world, a better life. Change can be medical progress. Change can be technological improvements. It could also be improvements in communication. Think of the internet, for example. Of course, you also have social change, social improvements, and we are going to take a closer look at something that we call minority rights. So in relation to the notion, the idea of progress, my presentation will deal with this question: are the United States a country less segregated today than they were yesterday? First of all, I would like to point out that history shows that the United States have been a highly segregated country for almost 200 years. But in the 60s and 70s, the civil rights movement have helped to change the situation for the better. Finally, the election of Barack Obama in 2008 probably signals a shift in which minorities have become locally in some cities majorities, and this is new for the United States. Alors voilà, ça a fait beaucoup d'anglais, mais j'espère que ça vous a aidé. En tout cas, vous avez un exposé un peu clé en main sur la première notion. Il faudra évidemment la décliner à votre façon. Et puis ces 3 introductions sur les 3 autres notions qui aussi vont vous aider. Essayez d'utiliser au maximum ces introductions, les mots de liaison, un certain nombre de mots-clés importants sur ces notions. Et puis bien sûr, maintenant, c'est à vous, avec vos connaissances, vos expériences aussi à l'étranger, de bâtir votre exposé. Et puis, il me reste une seule chose à vous dire: bonne chance pour le bac.